Good morning, Sam. You guys, you guys are late. Waiting for you guys to come in. I'm ready to get started. No worries. All right. So, like I said before, we're gonna go over market structure today. You know, still looking at lower lows and lower highs. Gold is at the perfect example of how I want to show you what goes on as far as like how we look for these lower lows and lower highs, right? So, why do you think? Why do you think it's important to know how to mark up swing highs and swing lows of the market? Why do you think it's important? Oh, from yesterday, yeah. So, as predicted, it got into the sell, like we predicted. It's just about a patience game, right? But like I said from my previous question, why do you think it's so important to mark up structure so much, right? Why do you think that is? Correct. Correct. To identify just to identify the market structure overall, right? Because we want to make sure that we know what bias we want to be in, right? Because as you can see, we have multiple confirmations, which I'm going to go through, right? But we just hit a major level of support, right? Way back in September at the 1722, right? So as we were making, and I touched based on this yesterday, right? But let's break this down slowly because I kind of just scanned through it. But let's break it down slowly, and then you're gonna see how this confluence matches with what the current market is doing now, right? So the market was creating lower lows and low highs, right? So recent low high was here, low high was right here. Now normally, right, we can draw the fibs. We can draw the fibs to give us that the next swing, right? And that's how they created the fib retracement, is so that we can create these fib levels to go into. Well, actually, change the text. Yeah. So we created that low high, right? And for us to look for the next low high, we gotta draw out that fibs, right? So we know from the 0% line, right? When we draw out the fibs, that this is going to be the low right here. Right? And all these marking up is going to definitely lead us to what is going on in the current market. Yes, you have to draw the fibs from the wicks, as you can see. As you can see, my 0% line is at the wick. So now we know, right? Market came down, created a lower low, and we know in our heads that, okay, once we retrace to the 56 or whatever retracement, the 3 levels, this is where our next low high is going to be, which is here, right? So we mark it up. So now we definitely know that this is a strong downtrend. So we only want to be sell biased, right? And the most mistake that traders make is they don't understand this concept, right? They will see gold going extremely bullish, right? And I'm sure you've been in a situation where you see gold going extremely bullish and you think it's a retrace here, right? Because what happens is what traders do is they draw fibs from here, right? And they think, oh, gold is in retracement, it's going to continue to buy, right? Not understanding the basic laws of low high, lower lows, low high, market structure in general, right? And they get into the wrong direction in the market. They're actually going against the trend because they don't understand that we're actually making low highs and low lows, and we should actually be only going for sales. So that's where traders make a mistake of buying, right? They buy confidently, and then boom, the market just tanks right in the opposite direction. So we have the low high here, and we're going to continue to draw this out on the fibs, right? Which we can do, right? Beautiful. Okay. And like I said from yesterday, we draw the zone here. Like I said from yesterday, the fibs, you're not always going to get the 50% retracement, right? It's not always going to give you the retracement because there's 3 types of retracement, right? You know, the perfect retracement with a 50%. There's an exterior, right? So this will be in the inside, which is we don't hit fib levels. We just retrace like past the 38 and then we continue. And then there's one where we pass the fibs, but we don't close above the 72, right? This is a very far retracement, and then but we still continue, right? So there's 3 types of retracements that you can see, but you can still mark it up as market structure, right? What I like to do, confirm next lower low as well, is the break, right? You see how we broke the support of the previous low low. So now I know that this will be the new low low, right? And then we have our new low high here. So we're gonna mark that up. And then we just continue, right? We can draw fibs again from here, from the low high to the new low low. And as you can see, we hit 50% retracement again, plus we hit the support, right? And we know that support turns into resistance. So this could also give you some great confluence to also get into a sell. So, and you just see how that matches up so well. How the fibs and the zones, lower lows, they all match up. When you know how to draw this out perfectly as like a muscle memory, it's going to get you into some nice quality trades, and it's going to keep you in the right direction, right? So now, here's the turning point. So these are the signals right here that we want to look for. There's three signals that I always like to look for when I see reversals in trends. The first one is a double bottom or double top, right? This is just the first, but it's not a guaranteed, right? We can always continue to the downside. But the first signal, especially at major support or resistance, right? And we hit major support and we made a double bottom, right? So that's a big sign right there. The first big sign that the market does not want to go any lower. The first big sign there, right? We hit the support, we pushed up, and it tried to push the market back down again. But what happens is the market made a nice smiley face, right? And it said, nope, I don't want to drop anymore. I want to start going bullish, right? Now this isn't a switch yet. We still need more confirmation. And the confirmation that we get is the break of the previous low high, right? Because in a market structure, we cannot have the market make lower lows and lower highs, right? And break previous low high and then continue again to the downside. This just corrupts the natural trend of the market. So once we see like a huge break of this low high like this, we know from there that we need to start transitioning into an uptrend, right? And then lastly, of course, will be our candlestick patterns, right? Our Japanese candlesticks, which is give us like engulfings and all that, and inside candlesticks, all that good stuff, right? So those will be the three signs there, right? So once we broke that structure here, now NTG is like, okay, so gold is starting to transition into going bullish. So let me start creating higher highs and high lows, right? So we're going to start off with the high low. So now I'm considering this the new high low. And let me draw out the fibs right from the high low. Draw out the fibs. And then what do we get? We get 50% retracement, right? So now I know that this is the higher high, right? And you can get market structure like this where the higher high is like long like this. That's perfectly fine. As long as we don't break retracement levels, we'll be fine. Right? So now we have the new higher high. And now we know that the retracement is going to be the high low. And now we know how we want to draw out fibs. We know exactly how we want to draw out fibs. And you want to take this process to do this step by step, right? The high low, higher high, high low. Now let's go ahead and create another higher high. Now with the fibs, right there. You don't find a higher high. You find a higher high through the fibs. If this is the low, if this is the high low at the 50% retracement, what do you think this has to be? What does this have to be if this is the high low? All you're doing is drawing the fibs from the high low, and then you keep extending it until the market retraces, right? And you keep extending it, extending it, extending it until the market retraces. Then you know where the retracement level is, right? So if this is the high low, then naturally what does that have to be? The high high, exactly. That has to be the high high. So for us to get the high low, we needed a retracement. Now we know where the new high low is, which is this zone here. And this is a very long high low. Yes, it is. Naturally, it doesn't do this that often, but we know that this is the high low. So now we start from the last high low. See if we can get fibs again, right? So let's see if we get fib retracement. We don't, right? But what did we do here? We broke recent higher high. So now we know that this is the new higher high up here. Boom. And then we know the retracement, right, is going to be the new high low. So you can look at it that way as well. So now we have the high low here, right? The high low here, and then we wait for the next higher high, which is up here. Now we have our market structure all drawn out good. Everything is confluencing good, right? We draw out our fibs. From the high low. And you see here, we have retracement. So now we know that this is the new high low here, right? New high low. Now we got to wait for the next higher high, right? But something interesting happened, right? With gold. At the higher high, right? Did we create a new higher high? As you can see. Did we create any new higher high here? No. So that's a red flag there. That's a big red flag. Gold is telling us, wait a minute. We didn't create a new higher high. So does the trend want to continue? Well, we don't know that for fact yet, right? As long as we're still above, right, previous high low, as long as we stay above that, we're good, right? It can come back here. We just got to wait for it to break the higher high. But it never did, right? So what did it end up doing? It broke previous high low. So that's already our second signal to start going into a bearish market, right? So we start to draw fibs, right? Because now that we know that we broke this high low here, we know that this is a new low high. So this is going to be a new low high now because we broke previous high low. So we're going to draw our fibs again and we're going to start getting retracements. And this is the trade that we took yesterday, right? This is the trade we were looking at yesterday. This gave us a perfect retracement, creating another low high, right? Because we had our lower low here. Right? And this is how NTG can get his bias on the market and know where the market is going by understanding just market structure, right? So we knew this is the low and we needed retracements, right, to get the new low high for a sell. Now see, any other trader would have got into a buy, right? Easily. But we got into the sell. Not only did we break the channel, right? Because we had the rising channel here for a while. Perfect rising channel here. And what happened is we did not, right, make a higher high. That's 1. 2, we broke the channel. 3, we broke recent high low, giving us a perfect retracement for a new low high, right? So now that we got all of that figured out, right? Now we know exactly where the market is going. We know exactly what bias we want to be. And we want to be sell bias right now. As we drawn out all of our market structure perfectly and everything like that, right? So we know we want to be sell bias. So now, where are we going to draw our fibs from to get a trade? Where are we going to draw our fibs from? No, we're gonna draw it from the low high. Remember, we gotta draw fibs from the low high to the low low so that we can get the next retracement level, right? So now that we have the low high, now we can draw fibs right? We can draw fibs from here. Exactly. So now we know that we want to have a bearish continuation, right? As the market breaks, right? But if you want to be on the safer side, right, which NTG does, that's why I said today I'm watching gold, right? I want to wait for gold to break recent lower low first, right? So I want gold to be here, creating the next lower low. Then that's when I like to draw fibs, right? That's the perfect time to draw fibs once we break the recent structure, right? So then, once we draw fibs from new low high, fib retracement will be somewhere around that recent high low. So yes, fib retracement will be around here, right? And we'll just wait for the market to come back somewhere around there, wherever we get the close. We can get the close here, or we can get the close somewhere down here, and the retracement levels can be at recent lower low, right? But that's what we got to wait for now with gold, as we don't have any pattern on the 15-minute, obviously. So that's exactly how we want to draw up our market structure. You guys understand that? Yes. So, and that's why I posted in the Discord that I want to wait, right? Now, you could use the market structure, right? Because high lows, and which we will talk about too as well, high lows and lower lows, low highs and higher highs, right? They act as support and resistance. If you draw it out correctly, if you have the correct zones, right? You can actually get trades off of these zones, right? You can trade support and resistance, right? Because this was support, right? We know that support that is broken becomes resistance. So if we draw our zones correctly, that's when you can go to your lower time frames and you can actually trade it, right? You can wait for gold to come back to recent high low, confirm it with some Japanese candlestick, and you can trade it, right? You can continue it to the downside until we hit the lower low, right? And as naturally you will see gold start dropping right at that recent structure, because those structures act as support and resistance. So you don't necessarily have to wait for the retracement, right? You can just trade it based off of the structures. I don't look at any fundamentals. It's for me personally, it's not necessary. I can just look at my technicals and it gets me into the trades I need to be in, right? News doesn't really affect my trading. News only affects my risk. So I will just have a lower risk, right? But it won't affect my trading. Like I will still get into my trades. So, but I'm not a fundamental trader. All technicals, I can care less about the news, right? 7 times out of 10, the news pushes in my direction strong, and I make 4 times as much profit due to news. So I like news. News is the reason why the market pushes heavy. So, but I don't trade based off of news. Why? Because there's too many. News contradicts itself. I don't like the idea of like everyone looks like at the dollar, or the dollar's strong, so gold is going to sell. So they just sell based off of that fundamental, right? And there's many times where I've seen the dollar is strong and gold goes bullish, right? Strong bullish. And traders are confused all the time. They're like, oh, the dollar was weak. Why is gold selling this? It just it's back and forth. Like news doesn't guarantee a direction of the market. Like it doesn't. All news to me, all news is it guarantees a move in the market. That's it. Because I seen the market go up and I seen it go down on the same hour. So it just doesn't make any sense to me to trade based off of fundamentals. Technicals has always gotten me in the trades. It's gotten me all the profits in the trades. So I stick to what I know. And there's no bias for my technicals, right? My technical says anti-G sell, or it says anti-G buy, and that's it. Good. You guys understand that? Perfect. Yeah, exactly. Once we break that, like I said before, right? The signs, right? Remember our first sign with the higher high, right? Of course, we want to stop drawing fibs. Obviously, if we're going to the high low, to the low low, right? once we see a push, right? We see a straight push through the retracement levels. First of all, that can be even a fourth sign, right? That we're pushing way past the fibs, right? We close way above the 72. So there's no reason to draw fibs anymore, right? And then we broke recent low high. So now we definitely know we shouldn't be drawing fibs for sells. We should be drawing fibs for buys. Does that make sense, Sam? Okay, hold on. I'm trying to understand what you writing right now. So Sort of, because if price changes to an uptrend, it must have broke the low high. Well, this is the first sign. Well, the second sign that price is going to start changing into an uptrend, right? No, you start from the recent lower low, right? So let's say this is the lower low, which it is, right? This is the lower low. This was the lower low. Before this was an uptrend, right? This was the lower low. For us to draw fibs, we had to draw fibs from the low high to the lower low. The retracement was here, but we broke past the retracement, and then we broke past low high, right? So now what happens is this low high, right? Well, let's see if I had like a let's look at the shapes. Let's see if we have that reverse button. I don't think so. It would have been nice if they did it. Right? But let me see if I can find something similar. Let's just say like this is like a turn, right? So what happens is, right? That turns. You guys see how I turned that? Hey. But yeah, but see this lower low. Well, let's condense that. This lower low, right? Now switches into a high low, because now that we broke all the structures and everything, now we know we can draw fibs from the high low, right, to recent higher high. Then we can start looking for buys, because we had our two signals, right, which was not breaking, right, not making any lows, and then also we breaking retracement plus recent low high. So now we know we can start drawing fibs for some uptrends, since we officially broke the trend, right? And most of the time you can also draw a trend line, right, on these trends, and the trend line can also tell you, right? And that's how we draw, and that's why I draw my trend lines like this, to get those perfect trend lines, because normally the market structure trend follows perfect trend lines like this, right? So there's many ways you can confirm like a reversal, which was those ways right there. Those will all work, right? So do you understand that? And you guys see how gold is just dropping like crazy at our zones that we drew out from our high low. And that's why I'm saying you guys can draw, right, from those things. And what's most likely going to happen with gold right now is that it's going to keep dropping, right, to create our new lower low, right? And we can draw fibs from there from the 1 hour. Now, once gold reaches the lower low and it shows signs of support, what does that tell us there, right? If it does not break this lower low, what is that going to tell us in the overall scheme of things? Possible reversal for an uptrend. Right. So what do we need to wait for? Let's just play it out and let's say that we're waiting for, not necessarily, not yet. What will guarantee us that price is going to reverse? What would guarantee us this? Right? What will guarantee us that price will reverse? Right? The break of the low high. Exactly. So you guys are getting it. And you see how strong, you see how powerful, when you know how to mark up your zones, right? You can trade these zones. You guys can trade these zones. I trade these zones, right? I always say lower lows, lower highs, high lows, and high highs act as support and resistance. They act as beautiful and strong support and resistance, right? So that would have been a nice setup there. Okay. And you would have caught this huge drop on gold, right? Also the break of retracement, exactly. No, that drop definitely can't buy your house. I mean, depending on your account size, you definitely need like over 10 grand in your account if you're talking about buying a house. No, I could, like I said, but that depends on your account size. You better be having some big stacks in your account. Is is it okay to trade 5% of $10,000? Yeah, it's okay. That's what I do. Is it okay if you have the skill level? Yes. If you have the skill level, right? If you have, and you're a consistent profitable trader, then yeah, of course. But if you don't have the skill level, you're not consistent, then no, it's not okay. What? What's going on? What's going on, Sam? Uh, that depends. I don't really trade based off of like risk to reward. I mostly use my extension or I use next level zones, right? So it will differ, right? So let's say I had a trade here, which that's how I normally would trade. I have stop loss somewhere around here, and I will take profit right at previous lower low, right? This is where I'll take profit, and as you can see, it's a 1 to 4.6, right? And this can change. Sometimes it can be a 1 to 2, it can be a 1 to 1, it can be a 1 to 6, a 1 to 3. It depends where my next zone is. So I only take next level zone, and if it's a breakout trade, I use my fib extension. I don't go like risk to reward, as in like, okay, stop loss here, okay, I'm gonna go for 1 to 2, 1 to 1. No, I don't trade like that. I trade where the market is going, right? I want to maximize all of my profit. I'm just watching my trade. Yeah, you always look left for possible reversals. Always. Always, always, always look left. You don't ever want to not look left, right? Where? Are you talking about gold? What points? What zone? Yeah, but you wanna just mark up the important zones. But what's the price number? What's the price number? It's not necessary to mark up. Like as you can see, like gold just pushed, right? Gold just broke past that level like nothing. You want to stick to your market structure. Those you don't want to start looking left and start adding support to every single thing, right? These are not like significant supports. This is not significant. This is not significant. Right. They're not significant levels that pushed up gold. If you just start marking up support and resistance everywhere, it's gonna start you're gonna start getting confused and you're gonna start chopping your trades. You guys understand that? Okay, good. Now we're just watching the market right now, so you guys can see, what gold is doing. Now I actually want you guys to look into like giving us, okay, NGG told us if it breaks here, we can continue. If it shows us signs of reversals, we need to get ready for for US 30 to not US 30 for gold to possibly go into buys, right? Cause that's what you guys want to do. Yes, I'm swinging my cryptos. That's about it. I'm not in no trades right now. I'm waiting for gold to play out, and all the other setups did not play out yet. What do you mean? How can we get the live stream? Just like how you got it when you came in here. What do you mean? Which one? I don't remember which one I put up. Was it this one? If you're talking about this one, this is Demon Slayer, and I'm surprised you don't know about that. If you're an anime watcher, so that was like one of the best animes of the year for 2019. It used to be. You need to get back on, man. Watch Demon Slayer. It'll put you back on. I promise you. Nah, watch Demon Slayer. Watch it. I'm telling you, watch it. Just watch it. Listen to NTG and watch it. Go ahead and watch it. It'll put you right back on anime. I promise you. Watch Demon Slayer and watch Jujutsu Kaisen, which is this one. Those two right there. This one right here, Jujutsu and Demon Slayer. You're gonna have a good time. You're gonna have a good time. I believe so. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, watch it. I promise you, you'll be right back on anime. I promise you. It's a good anime. Those two, Jujutsu won Best Anime of the Year 2020. Demon Slayer won Best Anime of the Year 2019. Yes, Demon Slayer is on Netflix. So if you have Netflix, you can watch it there. So if you have Netflix, you can watch Demon Slayer. But Jujutsu, you're gonna have to find a third party like website to watch it. Cause they don't have that one on Netflix. My favorite character in the show, Gojo, right here. He's the one in that like all, I guess you can say like black, purple. He's the one that has the blindfold on. Gojo right there. He's one of my favorite. And for Demon Slayer, I can't show you his face, but it's not the main character, that's for sure. Yeah, so but definitely Gojo, and I like Sukuna. Sukuna is the one that have all the tats. I don't know. It's a tie. I like both of them. Both of them are both demons. Both of them go hard. But why does he have the blindfold? I think you just gotta watch it to find out. Just know it's a good anime. I'm telling you, I recommend it. Like for real, it's a good show. I like Jujutsu. better than Demon Slayer, but not by a lot though. Like they're pretty much equal. It goes either you like Demon Slayer or Jujutsu, but both of them are great. Either one, you can't go wrong either way. But you'll like them, especially if you back in your Naruto days. So, but you can sleep on them if you want. That's up to you. But I'm just saying they're good shows. If you got time and you want to get back into anime, watch those two shows. You'll thank me later if you actually watch them. You'll start with Jujutsu. That's a good choice. That's a good choice. Right, so now we're watching gold actually start to break the lower low. So we might be able to start draw fib soon. Oh yeah, I play a lot of chess. I'm really good at chess. Chess is my favorite board game to play. You need to play? Are you good at chess? Oh, we'll see. We'll see. Your boy's undefeated in chess, so I used to play all the time. Chess club and all. I actually went to competitions for chess as well. Not anymore. I don't play online anymore because I'm too busy with the charts, and then sessions, and the members, YouTube. So I don't really have like time to go online and play, right? Like if I go to like a cafe or something like that, sometimes they have chess boards there, and I might play with some random people for like a quick 15 minutes, but I don't really have time. And then the time, and then when I do have time, I don't really feel like playing. Like I just want to relax because I've been working so much. Not working, training, working, training, working, training. So no. But when I did have time, though, I used to play all the time online. Yes. Now, did I normally go back and look at the charts? No. But now that I have the Discord and people ask me like what's going on in the market, yeah, I'm actively like watching the charts. But not too much though. Like when I go to training, I don't look at the charts. I don't look at for the charts for setups. That's two different things, right? I don't look at the charts for setups. I just watch it, right? I just seeing where gold is at. I'm looking at where the price is. And I'm just coming up with different scenarios like, what can happen in the future, right? But I'm not watching the charts all day trying to find setups. I only find setups in the morning, like when I wake up. I look for setups in the morning, and that's it. That's the only time I look for setups, and then I play out my setup. Once my setup plays out, I'm done trading for the day. Right? There's no need to watch the market again. I only look for the quality setups, especially when it starts to go past the session. So there's no need to look for setups. I don't trade past the sessions. You said you'll spare me? That's funny. Well, hello, Vanessa. I like how you just you sneaked into the live stream, but that's okay. No good morning, no how are you, Auntie G. Just straight to the question, right? Just straight to the question. Boom. That's funny. So we have Vanessa now. It's not just Sam. Hello, hello, hello. No, I don't have it. It's a chess app you can play on your phone or your computer. She about that bag. You guys are funny. You said you were an hour late trying to figure out how to get in. Yeah, just click the link and you're all good. That's funny. That's like trying to walk into a class and the professor's teaching, everyone's sitting down taking notes, and you just randomly just walk in. It's all quiet. You open the door is all loud, and then the door slams. Everyone's looking at you like, is this person really 30 minutes late to class? And you walk in, there's no seats. You don't know where to sit. And worst part is if there's no seats in the back and you got to walk all the way to the front and you got to sit right in front and you looking at your professor like, oh, I know I'm late, but I'm here. And your professor looking at you like, I don't know if you guys are in university or been to university or if you guys like still in high school, but yeah. Market shame is too much. Well, welcome. We went over market structure, right? And now we're just, putting our market structure to the test, right? We're just waiting for the break of the lower low, and we can actually start drawing fibs from here, right? So we can look for the next retracement levels to continue to look for sales. So that's what we're doing now. And we're also going over how we can trade gold using the high-low support and resistance areas, right? We could have had confirmation right at the zone, and there's my confirmation right there. I could have got into a quick sell, right? And you guys see how like there's like no retracements, no pullbacks, and that's how I'm able to flip these accounts as well, right? Is I can have such a tiny stop loss on gold, right? Less than 10 pips, right? I rarely see drawdown with these type of setups, and then gold just drops, and then I can just scale in from there. Boom, 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 boom. Keep scaling in. I broke structure here, scaling in even more, right? And I'm already over 130 pips in profit, right? And these are the setups that I normally take all the time. Looking at the market structure, all of that, right? And as you guys can see, gold is dropping beautifully as predicted. So now we know where gold is going, right? Now we're one with gold. Now we're following it. We know exactly where it wants to go, how far it wants to go, where it wants to retrace. This is how you get into that mindset, right? I mean, I can go a little bit into it, but did you watch the scaling video? Let me ask you that. You need a little bit more guidance. Okay. Well, what exactly of guidance do you need? I can't go over it today because we're just talking about the market structure, but I can add that to the sessions. Yeah. Vanessa, were you here on the first stream where I told you guys to fill out? Okay, so I didn't get your trading plan. Also, did you join the Telegram? Did you join Telegram? No, you didn't. Okay. So firstly, I had everybody fill out their questionnaire. Right here. What's your name on the Telegram? Because I don't see you. Gene Pockets? Yeah, I don't see you on the Telegram. Let me see. Okay, now I see you. I gotta add you. I gotta put you in the actual Telegram group, which you can actually communicate with us, which is here. So let me add you real quick. That's your name for real? Gene Pockets. You got the heavy pockets? You got the heavy pockets around here? But yeah, but I needed you guys to fill this out because you don't want to be trading too many pairs. Right? You want to be focusing on 3 pairs max. Right? You don't want to be focusing on a bunch of pairs. Right? I'll even say to go as small as 2 pairs. And you guys see that? Gold is dropping like crazy. Way past our lower low. You want to learn gold. Okay. Well, I definitely when this stream is done, definitely go back because that whole hour we discussed like a lot. So you have to go back in that hour so you can catch up with us with as far as like market structure and watch that multiple times, especially Sam, uh, Pascal. Make sure you guys rewatch it and you're starting to learn the material, right? Because it's a lot of material that we have to go over. Think we'll be straight in 30 days? What do you mean you'll be straight? Like, what does that mean? What do you mean you'll be straight? Because that can go either way, right? Are you going to be like a professional trader in 30 days? No. Definitely not. But within the next 30 days, you will definitely have a trading plan, right? You will definitely have a trading plan. You will definitely have an understanding of market structure, breaking down the market from high lows to low lows, low lows to low highs, using the fibs correctly, taking profits. You can trade. Yeah, you will trade independently. You have your own trading plan. You will understand market structure. You'll understand support and resistance. You will understand your breakout trades. You will understand what pairs you want to trade, and you're gonna stick to those trades, right? But as far as like, are you going to be like able to quit your job and like no, no, no. That you still even though you're gonna get the knowledge, right? You're gonna have the live streams to look back off of. You still need market time. You still need experience. You're not going to get that in 30 days. Like you're going to have to actively trade for months, right? So I would say from 4 to 6 months. 4 to 6 months, you need to be actively trading a live account and building that experience, building that confidence, because you guys still have to get over two things after VIP, which VIP, you know, can't save you, right? I can tell you guys, but it's not going to change you. The market is going to teach you those lessons, right? Which is execution, which is application, right? You have to be able to apply the knowledge, right? You have to be able to apply it. It's with anything, right? You learn something in school, you study for an exam, you have the information, but applying the information on the exam is a different thing, right? You can study, 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 but once it's time to take the exam, it becomes difficult for people to apply the knowledge, right? Two is the psychology portion, right? Like NTG is not going to be in your ear all the time while you're trading, right? NTG is not going to be like, hey, make sure you using the correct lots. Make sure you hold that trade. Hey, make sure you get out that trade. Take your profits. Hold your profits. I can't be there to tell you that, right? So those are the two things you'll have to learn on your own. But once you master those things, then yes, you'll definitely be able to trade independently, make profits on your own without having to work, a full or part-time job, right? But you have to get over those. Those are going to be your two obstacles after the 30 days. But as far as like the technicals, like you learning all the support, resistance, trend lines, market structure, all that, you're going to have that down pat in 30 days. But that also depends on you too. Like you have to put in work as well. Like Auntie G can't do everything, right? I can't explain all of this stuff and you're not following up on videos like I say you should be doing, or you're not rewatching videos, or you're not restudying videos. So you also got to put in your own work. I can't force you to rewatch videos and study, right? I can't force you to do demo trades, right? Because I told you guys I want you guys demo trading for the whole month. I can't force you to do that stuff. You have to do that stuff. I can only teach you, and I know I'm gonna teach you everything, but if you're not putting in the work, then it doesn't really, you're not gonna benefit from it. The 1 hour, I always look at the 1 hour for solid pullbacks. I will. Don't worry. We're gonna go over that. We're gonna go. It's a pace. It's a pace, guys. And the reason why, like, I'm not loading everything all at once is because you're going to get confused, and you have to be able to absorb the information daily, right? I can't just go over market structure. Okay, now let's go over scaling. Okay, let's go over trend lines. Okay, let's go over key levels. Like, it's too much at once. Your brain is not going to, you're going to start missing stuff. Your brain is not going to be able to retain all that information, right? Today, I just want you to focus on market structure. I want you to make sure it's muscle memory. It has to be muscle memory, all right? I know you guys have a lot of questions and all that stuff, but take your time. You have 30 days. It's a lot of time, okay? We have days. We're going to go day by day, and we're going to learn this stuff. Trust me. We're going to go over key levels, right? Key areas, all that stuff. We're going to go over all those things. You got a big head? What's that mean? What do you mean by you have a big head? Look, well, not necessarily. Having a big head does not mean you can absorb a lot of information. That has nothing to do with that, right? Because look at solid state drives. Look at memory cards now. They have memory cards the size of a fingertip that can hold up to a terabyte. So it's not about having the big head. because that's old school, right? The new technology is about small getting condensers, smaller things with more information. Look at the laptops now. Laptops have can go up to 3080s graphic cards. Laptops can hold up to terabytes as well now. Before it couldn't, but now look at phones. The standard now is like 256 gigabytes. A tiny little phone. Before, it can only hold like 16 gigabytes, 8 gigabytes. So it's not about the big head. All right. Just because you have a big head doesn't mean anything. You can have a big head with nothing in it. Yeah, I know you're joking. You can be like one of the Airhead commercials. You know when they eat the Airheads and then their head blows up. It's a big head, but all it got is air in it, and they start floating away. Yes, you have daily objectives, right? Topics we talk about. To get the best out of this, right? It's to show up on time, okay? I'm not going to start until somebody shows up, right? Okay? Don't think I'm going to just sit here and talk to myself, right? Back test, forward test, demo trade, right? Demo trade. Actively ask questions in the live. This is how you're going to fully benefit, right? Go on Telegram, send me some of your charts, get feedback. This is how you're going to benefit from it 100%, okay? If you need help with psychology, we talk psychology, okay? Slow process. You say you play too much? Nah, you don't. Trust me. I've had some people play too much. Yep. So don't worry. So we're watching gold, right? And again, we're gonna come back tomorrow, and we're going to like draw our fists just like we did yesterday, right? Because yesterday gold was up here, and we drew our fibs. We caught the sell from yesterday, right? So we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna wait for gold to drop, and then tomorrow morning we're gonna draw fibs again. We're gonna discuss market structure, and then we can discuss drawing out our key levels, everything like that, right? Key areas, how we can trade these key areas, things like that. That's what we're gonna go over tomorrow. And I recommend you guys, okay, make sure you guys go over these live streams, okay? It's very important. Past ones as well. All of them. All of them. All of them. And I'm going to be testing you guys. And remember, guys, you have an exam at the end of the month. So you got to learn all this stuff because I'm going to be testing you. I don't have an opinion on order blocks as I don't trade order blocks. So I wouldn't know. I know a lot of people ask me about order blocks, but I don't trade order blocks. So I can look into it. Like I can watch some videos on it, see what it's about. You said you wasted so much time with that. You know what's funny, Sam? I have a VIP member, right? This is like one of my first VIP members for my second month. And she actually was making consistent profit, right? Right after VIP, she was sending me her profits. She was making consistent profit on the index market because she trades NAS consistently. She had a perfect plan. I left her with a plan to follow, and she was making consistent profit. And then she started messing with the institutional trading, big banks, ITC trading, where they have I think it's called Simple Money, something like that. I can't remember, but she got hooked on it because she liked the fact that they had like the small stop loss. That's what she was telling me. They had the tiny stop losses, and you have like those good risk to rewards. So she actually abandoned that VIP plan, and then she went and traded that, right? Because you guys know you guys get to keep VIP after the month, right? You guys can always contact me. Smart Money, there you go. So you guys can always contact me after the VIP. So she contacted me about it. And she's like, yeah, I started doing it for a month. And then she was not making any money. She got confused. Like, she just didn't know the markets anymore. She just like got all lost. All lost. And she messaged me a whole message on that on Telegram. And then so you guys also have follow-up VIPs. So like every month I will contact you guys on the live stream, and I will see where you guys are progressing in your trading journey, right? So VIP is not only for like a month. Like, I'm always checking up on you guys, right? So we had the live stream, and we had to go over her trading plan again, all that stuff, and then now she's back on track. But I just thought it was funny because how you said you wasted your time there, and I literally had a VIP member with a plan. They abandoned the VIP plan and they went towards that smart money trading plan, and then realized they messed it all up. They messed up their trading plan, and we had to redo it again. Yep. So I just thought that was interesting. And I get traders all the time on my live streams and stuff. They always ask me about this smart money thing. And I'm like, I don't know what it is, but I guess it's that popular, so I don't know. Yeah, it'd be like that. So I'm gonna watch it one day though, just to see like what it is. He said it's for lazy traders. Yeah, I mean, there's always that strategy, right? Everyone has that strategy that's for the lazy traders. But you guys know there's no laziness to it, man. There's no, you gotta do the work. This is a professional career. I tell you guys that all the time. Like this is not something you can sleep on. It's not. You have to put in work, right? You can't just be having like these tiny stop losses. And ideally, yes, would that be nice? Yeah, but no, we don't. We're not gonna trade like I'm not gonna show you guys. Oh, you can have 10 pips. Stop. Like no, we're gonna have the proper stop losses, all that stuff. But um, you gotta put in the work. And I know a lot of people don't want to, but that's the reality, guys. And that's when I realized my first 2 years, right? When I stopped looking for the super strategy, that's when I was really big on it's all about the strategy, all about the strategy. I just need to find the right strategy. And I stopped doing that. After my first 2 years, I stopped looking for the strategy and I just started putting in real work and trading like an actual professional trader. Yeah, so but I know I get a lot of backlash too on my account flips. You know, people um are always on my account flips and stuff, but they still in the same spot they in today, so they just mad. Send it on Telegram. Mhm. Send it on Telegram. You can directly message me on Telegram as well. That's what it's there for. That's why I tagged your name there. Did you not see it? You wasted your time with binary options. Yeah, I mean that's why I don't do this stuff, right? I just stick to what works. Like I'm not really like trying to transition. Like people are always telling me, "Oh, you should do binary. You should use smart money." I'm like, look, I got a strategy that works. I'm not trying to confuse myself and like switch up my trading plan. Like I have a solid plan. I have solid skills in what I do. I don't need to do other stuff. It just doesn't make sense, right? There's always that famous saying, "Don't fix it if it ain't broke," right? If it ain't broke, there's nothing to fix. And that's it. Simple as that. Keep it simple. Keep it pushing. And that's that. All right, guys. So tomorrow, like I said, tomorrow we're gonna go over market structure. Right. We're gonna finish off with drawing this up. Gold is just going to drop all day, and then we're gonna draw out our fears, right? And we're gonna look into the zones here, and then we're gonna focus on drawing key levels, drawing areas to trade, right? To trade, and we're also gonna talk about drawing key areas for like false breakouts not drawing levels like this, like small, irrelevant levels. We want to look for powerful levels, right? Not levels that are just going to get broken, right? So that's what we're going to be talking about tomorrow. All right, guys. So make sure you guys are here on time. 8 o'clock. When I send out the Patreon post, just click the link. And we're going to be discussing over these things together. And then eventually, next week, we're going to now transition into more technicals. And then we're going to start going over everyone's trading plan, right? So how everyone is going to trade, after the VIP. You guys going to have a consistent trading plan that you're going to execute, whenever your setup appears. And we're going to talk about that more next week and the following week as well. And then also that's when we're going to be live trading, right? We're going to be looking at live market trades, talking over what to look for in live trades, all that stuff, right? Last week, reviewing all that, right? So there's a lot of stuff we got to cover. So make sure you guys are here on time and make sure you guys are putting in the work as well. Okay. This is, like I said, I put that disclaimer before you signed up. This is not no easy. You just sit here and you just listen to me talk. You guys are going to be interactive with the class. You're going to be learning and you have to put in the work yourself. Right. You can't be an independent trader, but you still rely on others. You can't be an independent trader if you don't want to do the work independently. It just doesn't, like, you can't pick. You can't be independent, but you don't want to pay your own bills. It just doesn't, like, the logic just doesn't make sense, right? So that's why we're going to be focusing hard on this teachings and then also putting in the work. All right, guys. So I'll see you guys again tomorrow, 8 o'clock. Okay. We got a lot to discuss tomorrow. So make sure you guys are here on time. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow, 8 o'clock. Have a good day. And if you have any questions, you guys can message me on Telegram. All right, you guys. See you tomorrow. Peace. Yes, sir. Make sure you watch Jiu-Jitsu. I put it up there so you can get a little teaser. There you go.